Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Just George Aaron Show. It's been a while. It's been a couple of weeks since I last did a video. That was the ending of Resident Evil 3 on the PS1. The last video I did in person that wasn't a short. Oh my god, it was probably the Christmas quiz, I'd imagine. So yeah, this video is about 3-4 months in the making, but I hope everyone's doing well. As you can see behind me, the sun is well and truly out. It's really nice at the moment in the UK, although Storm Dave is making a lot of winds. And you know what it's also doing? It's bringing a lot of like dust. It's bringing a lot of dust with it, like the cars. Like my brother got his car washed the other day, and literally we got in it yesterday, and it's literally I think he got it cleaned. I think the weekend before, and within like 5 days, it's just got all this dust on it. And I think every car's got it on it. It's just it's so annoying. Like you pay out 15 quid for a car wash, and a week later, or less than a week later, it's it's been wrecked. So hopefully you can hear me all okay. But yeah, it's been quite a busy few months for me. You know, with personal life, with work, with everything really. Obviously went to Orlando. I say obviously, I've only mentioned it once in the Resident Evil 3 ending video, but yeah, we had I had 2 weeks away by myself in Orlando. That was from the 7th to the I landed on the 22nd of March, so yeah, I've been back a few weeks now. I think it's my 3rd or 4th weekend back, trying to work it out. 3, I think, yes, it's the 12th today and that was the 22nd, so yeah, quick maths and all that. But yeah, it was very good trip away. Obviously the weather was gorgeous for the most part. We had a couple of days where it was raining, but I think it was because it was getting so warm it had to like cool itself down. So we had a bit of thunderstorms. It wasn't rain, it was thunderstorms. But yeah, at one point it got up to 34, which is incredible. Definitely much warmer than it is here. But yeah, it's a lovely day today. But yeah, it was a good time. So came back and it was very busy at work. A couple of late nights, but you know, that's what you have to do sometimes. It's all part of the job. So yeah, obviously Arsenal, whilst I was away, there was 3 games. One was when I actually flew to Orlando. It was the Mansfield game, and then I looked at my phone once I landed and it was 2-1, so I was like, oh thank god we won that game. Then I watched the highlights back, and it was basically, it wasn't Mansfield versus Arsenal, it was Mansfield versus Max Dowman. I don't know if I've spoken about Max Dowman often in the shorts. Obviously this video is going to be, you know, an actual video rather than a case of me just you know, talking very quickly to get, you know, to the 3-minute mark and then end the video a little bit longer, which you know, I like. I might do a series of these walk and talks, especially if the weather's nice, and it's not very windy at the moment. I am feeling quite hot, even with the sun on, but I've got a jumper on, but I'm wearing shorts rather than, you know, jeans or tracksuits I'd wear. But yeah, going back to Max Dowman, what a player, what a talent. And I feel like at the moment, the way Arsenal are playing, which we'll get to, but yeah, he definitely is someone that could just start for Arsenal, and I don't think anyone would blink an eye. And especially like, if you look at players like Maitland-Niles and Emil Smith-Rowe and Eva Nwaneri and Bukayo Saka, they came in very young and they did a fantastic job for us. So I don't know why, just because he's younger, that he's somehow not playing. Like at this moment in time, I'd play him even on the left-hand side of the front three, because no one's really cutting it, are they? So, but yes, yeah. So the Mansfield game was when I was arriving in Orlando. I was in the air whilst the game was going on. Then we had the was it Bayer Leverkusen or was it Everton? No, it was Everton first. That was 2-0 and Max Dowman scored that game. So I was like, wow, what a player. And then we had the Bayer Leverkusen game. That's when Eze scored that wonder goal. So yeah, I came back and I was like, oh, very happy with the results that Arsenal have had. And then obviously I landed on the 22nd, and what was the 22nd? It was the Carabao Cup final. Now, Carabao Cup final, first 20 minutes I would say Arsenal were well and truly in the game. We had a couple of chances, nothing too like definitive, but nevertheless chances. But then obviously, as we know now, after that point, after the 20-minute mark, Arsenal went well off the pace. And then after the first half finished and the second half started, Arsenal were all over the place. And yes, not a great result, but hey ho, you lose a cup final, quadruple hopes die. I don't think I was ever in the camp of Arsenal are going to win the quadruple, because I never thought we were. We have the squad, I guess. We have the quality of squad. That's the difference. You know, everyone goes, oh, the squad of Arsenal, the squad of Arsenal. Yeah, but some of them players are playing below average. Like, fairness to Martinelli, look at him come on the other day against Sporting Lisbon. Won the game 1-0, it was a lovely ball in, and he puts out Kai Havertz. Oh, wait a minute, he's another substitute. So it can happen, but you can't just rely all the time on, oh, I'm going to make 4 changes at the 60th to the 70th minute. Round about that point, they're going to come on and they're going to be the difference makers. You need to take the amount of slow starts we have in games, like both of them games, the Leverkusen, well, not the Leverkusen game, but the Everton game. It took us to like the 80th minute to get the first goal. And it's like, come on, Arsenal. It's like yesterday's game against Bournemouth, which I'll get to, and the ramifications of that. And at the time of recording, well, when I pressed play, it was 0-0 in the Chelsea-Man City game, but we don't need to really talk about, you know, that game necessarily, because we're not going to know what the result is, are we, by the time this video ends, unless I start doing a video for like an hour, which I didn't plan to do. But yes. So let's go back to, obviously, we lose the Carabao Cup. Then we've got the FA Cup against Southampton. We lose that game. I haven't done any shorts, by the way, just in case people are thinking, oh, where's George's shorts? To be fair, Southampton game was out with the family. Yesterday, I was out with the family. Even today, morning and afternoon. You know, this is late afternoon now. It's like coming up to 5 o'clock. I was with the family then as well. So, very family-orientated man. Most of the time, if I don't do a video, it's either because I'm away on holiday, which, you know, luckily for me, you know, thank God, I can go away on holiday, you know, quite a few times. I'm a single man, I can do that, you know. But I have the capabilities to do that currently at the moment. But yes. Yeah, it's either if I'm away or I'm with family, or if I'm out with my friends and then, you know, the game's on in the background, or, you know, I have before, to be fair, been out with my friends and I've gone, just give me 5 minutes, I'm just going to go and, you know, film a video and then I'll be back. That did happen, if you remember, there was a short that I did that was near the beach. It was near Westcliff in Southend, so Westcliff-on-Sea. And yeah, I did the video there. I can't remember what game that was, mind you, but we definitely won that game, because I remember then we went and watched Southend play in the 3 o'clock. It was last year, yeah, definitely last year. Good day out that was. But yeah, I digress. Yeah, Arsenal at the moment playing shockingly. A lot of clubs are, to be fair. Oh, someone bibbing me. Someone was actually bibbing me. I don't know who that was. They probably just see me walk in and they're like, oh look. Don't know if that you got that bib. It was a very short bib, but don't recognise the car. So if it is someone I know and they watch this video, yeah, hello. But yes, Arsenal playing shockingly. A lot of teams are. You know, look at Tottenham. Like, they're in the bottom 3. You know, they lost today to Sunderland. It was 1-0, but I think that scoreline flattened them. No, flattered. Flattered? You're flattening. No, not flattening. Flattered. Yeah. Oh, stop flattering. No. Flirting? That flirt? No. I can't remember. It basically didn't tell the whole story of the game. No. They were rather awful, I thought. But, yeah. Romero, I think, went off injured. Kinski had a moment where he had a bit of a collision but stayed on, so fair play to him. But yeah, I wasn't really watching the game. Like I said, I was out with the family, but it was on in the background. So yeah, I don't feel comfortable doing a video about a game where I've only watched the highlights, or I have no intention of watching it, like an Arsenal game. Like, you know, say for example we had a first leg game and we win it, you know, Champions League, and we win it like 4-0. If I'm busy, I might not watch the second leg because I'm like, oh, it's done, innit, you know, sort of thing. So what's the point of me doing a video on a game that I've not watched? So that's my philosophy anyway. I could just do a video for the sake of doing a video, but I'd rather do a video that I actually care about doing. So yeah, Arsenal they're still top of the table, still in 2 competitions. Obviously, we've got the advantage going into the Sporting Lisbon game on Wednesday, 1-0 up, and it's at the Emirates, but I don't think that even is a thing anymore. I think they're just nervous in general. They look very nervous. They look like lack of ideas. They're playing it so slow. And a lot of it comes from playing so much reliant on playing out from the back. It just slows everything down. Like, it's slow from the start. Like, the amount of touches players have as well. When I was watching the, what game was it? It was the Sporting Lisbon game. I watched it on Amazon Prime. And the amount of times players took 3 or 4 touches before they made a pass. And then you watch, like, what's the game I was watching the other day? PSG versus Liverpool. And they're sipping the ball around everywhere. Then I watched the highlights of the Bayern Munich Real Madrid game. They're sipping the ball everywhere, running onto it, using pace. And Arsenal aren't a slow team. Like, Declan Rice's got a good burst of pace in him. Noni Madueke, he's got pace in him. Gyökeres, I know he's got pace. I've seen him running behind many a time. But no one attempts to pass. It's so compact. And obviously it gets us results. And that's why we're in the position we are in the Premier League. But it's ugly. It's so ugly to watch. And I totally agree with people that say Arsenal are boring to watch, Arsenal this, Arsenal that. But when they say, oh, if they win the league, they won't deserve it, that's bullshit. Bullshit. I don't like swearing too much in my videos, but that is absolute bull crap. Because if you win the league, you win the league. It doesn't matter how you do it. No one's going to remember how they won it. They're just going to remember that they won it. So, yeah, do I think they're going to win it? If we go back to my Wolves, video, I said Arsenal won't win the league this season. After yesterday's result especially, I still don't think we're going to win it. It's still in our hands though, to be fair, because there's 6 games left now. I think there's 6, someone can correct me, and we only have to win 5 of them. We can lose 1, so we can lose to City, win 5, and we should win the league on either goal difference or Man City obviously slipping up in one of the games they're playing in between now and the end of the season. And they've still got that rescheduled game against Crystal Palace to play. But yeah, obviously the FA Cup exit, terrible. The Premier League performance yesterday, terrible. The Champions League performance the other night, I thought was pretty decent. Performance-wise, no. Result-wise, yes. To go to Sporting Lisbon, who had been, I believe, unbeaten from October. Yeah, they haven't lost a game since October at home. I think it was either at home or in all games. Either way, it's an impressive stat. And we went there. I think they've scored 50 goals in that time at home since October. You know, and we've had obviously Christmas break and things like that, and an international break as well. And I think we played okay. You know, I thought there's some players there that can keep their heads held high. I thought the defence, the 2 centre backs, Gabriel and Saliba, were really good in that Sporting game. I thought Declan Rice was really good in that game. But they're the type of player, and David Raya, obviously, some of them saves. Jesus, they were good saves. They're at a level now that I expect them to play like that every week. You know what I mean? It's the fringe players that you're like, you come in, you ain't really done much. Like, tell me right now who's our best left winger. You can't. Noni's played there, fouled. Trossard's played there, fouled. Martinelli's played there, fouled. Martinelli's probably the only one out of them 3 that I can go, he's probably the one I would start over the other 2, but it ain't like a really wide margin. I don't look at it and go, wow, he's the standout. No, he's just the best of a bad bunch at the moment. That front 3 is the reason why I think we're struggling mostly. That's my main reason. But then as a team as well, they've all got to take responsibility because they're not moving the ball around quick enough. And and Arteta, of course, needs to take responsibility. He's setting them up the way that they're playing that it's so slow. So yeah, obviously I don't want this whole video to be about Arsenal. I was always going to get onto this topic, especially when I haven't done a video about Arsenal in a long while, and I haven't done a video in person in a long while. But yeah, let's go back to my walk for a little second. I'm currently on my way to One Tree Hill, which is a woodlands area. So this isn't a main road, this is just a road that gets you to there basically. So it'll be much quieter in about 5 minutes or so's time. I haven't really had to stop yet, to be fair, because either when I've crossed the road there's no cars coming either way, or I've just been on the same path the whole time. So hopefully my breathing, because I'm talking as well as walking, and I'm walking at a good pace, that, hopefully it's not too like through the microphone, but it would have been just there though. But yeah, what else has been going on? Obviously it's the Masters, the end of the Masters today. Rory McIlroy had a massive lead and he slipped up on that. I haven't really been watching it. I've been looking at the scoreboard, but not really been watching any of it. What else has there been? Oh, the boxing yesterday. Tyson Fury's comeback. Tyson Fury back after 16 months out. He had a 16-week training camp in Thailand. I watched a video about it actually. Like he's training out there. I think Gareth E. Davis or A. Davis, something like that. He works for TalkSport, but yeah, he was doing a video about Tyson Fury's camp in Thailand, and it looked really good. Overall, I thought the performance was decent from him, like considering he's 38 years old, and he's also, I've never really spoken about boxing on this channel, so it's quite nice to talk about a different sport for a change. But yeah, I thought he weighed in quite lighter than he usually is. I think it's one of the lightest to be, I think. But yeah, he's still a humongous man. He's like 6'8". He's got a lot of speed. I think his legs are still there. He's doing a lot of like feints, the jab. Usually it's the jab that's the best thing about Tyson Fury's boxing ability. Well, no, probably the best thing is his IQ. His boxing IQ is insane. He just boxes so smart. But yeah, that uppercut yesterday from both sides, from both orthodox and southpaw, they were some lovely uppercuts he was hitting that Makhmudov with. Like, say what you want about the ability level of Makhmudov, but he said it was mad, right? On the Netflix coverage of the boxing yesterday, they said he had over 200 amateur fights. That's insane. Like 200 amateur fights. Like, the guy is such a journeyman, an experienced fighter. I did watch actually last month, I think it was. It might have been the month before. Dave Allen, no relative of mine unfortunately, but Dave Allen from Doncaster, the White Rhino, he's got a YouTube channel. What a guy, I love that guy. He had a fight against Makhmudov, and I thought it was really close. Like, I think Dave looked at it, and he said it himself, I think, saying that he didn't have the confidence, the belief to beat him, and I think he could have beat him easily. And he didn't have that head moving to dodge, because what Tyson was doing so well yesterday, he was just dodging just everything Makhmudov was trying, especially in them first 2 rounds. I think Makhmudov definitely won one of them 2 rounds, but yeah, he was just dodging everything that Makhmudov was trying to set up. So yeah, I enjoyed watching it yesterday. There was a couple of matches, a couple of fights in the undercard. Conor Benn fought, which I thought was a bit of a meh fight. Didn't think he was that great. The fact that he got paid $15 million to have one fight, courtesy of that Zuffa, I think it's Zuffa boxing. First time I stopped, by the way. Catch my breath a little bit. Yeah, it is insane for someone who's not ever. I don't think he's ever had a title fight for any title. I don't think so. I don't know boxing really well. I'm not some boxing purist, but I know some fighters. Obviously, I think the first fight I remember watching was Ricky Hatton versus Manny Pacquiao. It was the 40 against 40. They both won 40 fights and were unbeaten. And I actually had a Ricky Hatton autobiography at school as well, because when you're at my school back in the day. It wasn't that long ago, but I left school. What was I leave school? 14 years ago this year. So secondary school, I mean. So yeah. But yes. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, we had to read. We had to have a book with us so that when we had a period of time in form, so with your form class at school, I don't know what the American version of that would be, but it wasn't like a recess or a break period. It was just. You're in your form to answer yourself on the register and all that, I'm here, blah blah blah. But yeah, anyway, I digress again. That was the book I took into school. I also had a Joe Calzaghe book, but I don't think I ended up finishing that. I definitely read the Ricky Hatton book all the way from front to back. I've never been like a really like bookworm, like, or even that much of a book reader. I'd say the books I've probably read the most are either the Harry Potters, which I definitely want to read again. But I've only, I say read again, like I've read them all. I haven't. I think I finished up on Goblet of Fire, and for those who have read Goblet of Fire, it's a big, chunky book, and I think I left it there. I don't think I finished that one. I definitely finished the first three though. So Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets and Prisoner of Azkaban. Obviously we've spoken about Harry Potter on this channel, so hopefully people realise I'm a Harry Potter fan, especially that I've got a Hufflepuff top on as well, so representing the Hufflepuff out there. Not enough of us really, is there? Or there probably is a lot of us, but no one really wants to admit they're a Hufflepuff. That's probably the more of the case. But yeah, going back to the boxing, we're going in and out with this conversation. I've done 21 minutes, so it's about 7 times longer than a short of mine. So let's have a think. So we had Jamie TKV was defending the British heavyweight title against Richard Wheat. He hit him with a lovely, like, it was like a, what would you call that? What's that one? Like, it's not a jab. It's a bit of a swinger, a swinging shot. Sort of like a swipe, wasn't it? There's a technical term for it. Shows you I don't watch boxing enough. What do they call that? Not a jab. It's a hook. Yeah, we'll say it's a hook. He hooked him right on the ear, and it put him off balance. He didn't fall down like you normally would as a boxer. I don't know why I went really slow. I'm doing the Ric Flair. Woo! But yeah. Where was I? He hit him on the ear, and he sort of like fell to the side because he was like all unbalanced. It was a lovely shot, and then he got back up, and then he forced the stoppage. The stoppage was a bit soft, but I feel like he sort of saved Jamie TKV from taking even more damage to the referee. So right decision in the end. And then Fraser Clark lost to the Australian guy whose name I forgot, so I apologise. But yeah, he won by majority decision. Yeah, I think it was majority decision. I think that's right. One ref had it as a draw. Sorry, one judge had it as a draw, and the other two had it as the other guy. I think it began with an A, his name. It's not coming to me like straight off the bat, but yeah. So yeah, you had 3 heavyweight fights yesterday and a catchweight fight at £150. Yeah, £150. And then obviously like heavyweights are like anywhere between 240 and 260, 270. So yeah, massive weight difference between them 3 fights and Conor Benn's one. But right, so we are now in the Woodlandsy area. I'm going to start walking here now. Oh, there we go. It's very like stony here. I can't switch the camera unfortunately, so I can either do it with selfie or I can just go like that. So, but yeah, that's essentially where I'm walking down. So you can see the woodlands, you can see the trees above me. So, but yeah, so that was good last night. The boxing that started at 7 and it ended about 11ish. So yeah, that done well. There's not much else really, so I'm going to be ending this video soon. But yeah, the channel itself, we're still going well. I've got some more video games on the line. Obviously we've still got football stuff to talk about, which hopefully I can get back to doing the shorts. I do enjoy doing the shorts, but at the same point, watching Arsenal at the moment is painful. So, there's only so many times I can go, well, they didn't play well, but they got the result, It's a bit like, and they're not even getting the result now, so it's even worse. But yes, I'll try and get back onto that. Gaming wise, I'm not too sure. I have got Resident Evil Requiem to play, but I don't really know if I want to do that as a video, just because it's my first time playing it. So I know obviously I've had games before where it's my first time playing it, but I'd rather like experience it without having to narrate. And then if I really enjoy the game, then I'll do a video on it and say, this is my second playthrough with it and I love it, yeah. And then I can be quiet when I need to be quiet, let the game talk, because I think there's a lot of cutscenes in Resident Evil Requiem, so yeah. and I don't really know the story fully well either, so that'd be interesting. I know obviously Leon Kennedy's in it, and something Ashcroft's in it, I think her name is. I'll get to know her once I start playing the game. But yeah, really enjoyed doing this video, guys, so hope you have too. Hope you've actually lasted to the 25th minute mark. So what have I talked about? I've talked about my Orlando trip. I've talked about how busy I've been with family and with friends. I've had like days out with friends. We went out on Easter, like Good Friday, which was really nice. Went out then with my family on Saturday, the Sunday and the Monday. So yeah, lots of drinks, lots of good food. It's been really good recently. So yeah, I can't complain. You know, me and myself, all good. So yeah, I hope you are too, guys. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, and goodbye.